Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. Friends, in this video, I'll discuss the model question paper of third semester BBA General English SEP syllabus from the year 2025. And this syllabus belongs to Bangalore University. So it's a new question paper, new syllabus. And before we discuss the model question paper, let's have a look at the skeleton of the question paper. So the question paper for duration for the examination 3 hours, total marks 80. The question paper will be divided into the three important sections. The first section is for the novella. You have the novel Pearl by John Steinbeck. And here you'll be having the questions 5 marks, 4 questions, and 10 marks, 1 question. So that means to say you won't have 2 marks question from the novel Pearl. Section B stands for the prose and poetry. You have 2 stories and 2 poems. Here you will have 2 marks questions. How many? 5 questions for 2 marks and 5 questions. I'm sorry, 5 questions for 2 marks and 2 questions for 5 marks. Then the section C, here you have 3 important components. One is the exam edge, that's for the grammar, 10 marks questions in the form of MCQ. So I have done a very special video on exam edge. So you can see all the videos and links in the description box. Then 5 marks, 2 questions from the topic job skills, and 5 marks, 2 questions from the topic corporate communication. For the section C, I will suggest you to go through the textbook. There you will get more information. So let's begin the discussion of the model question paper. One disclaimer I would like to mention here that my answers are very limited. They are just sample answer, specimen answer. You should refer to your textbook for more elaborative answer. To begin with, the section A, the novella The Pearl by John Steinbeck. Remember, this section has the weightage for 30 marks. 5 marks, 4 questions, and 10 marks, 1 question, no 2 marks questions, right? So very first question for 5 marks, how does the scorpion incident predict the coming tragedy in the novel The Pearl? The scorpion incident in the novel The Pearl predicts a coming tragedy because it shows how danger suddenly enters Kino's peaceful life and harm his family. When the scorpion stings Koetito, his son, his young baby, Kino feels helpless and the doctor refuses to help them because they are poor. This moment warns us that more suffering is about to occur. Later, the same type of danger grows even bigger when Kino finds the pearl. Instead of bringing happiness, the pearl brings greed, attacks, and fear. Finally, the young baby Koetito dies just like he was first threatened by the scorpion. So the scorpion incident is an early sign that Kino's dream will turn into a tragedy. Second question, Steinbeck uses a C as a symbol in the novel Elaborate. So the novella Pearl, in the Pearl, John Steinbeck uses a C as an important symbol throughout the novel. For Kino and his people, the sea is a source of life and hope because it provides food and opportunities. Kino means to say boat. Kino's boat, which he uses to dive for pearls, represents his family's tradition and livelihood. When Kino finds a great pearl in the sea, it seems to offer a chance for a better future, including education for his son Koetito and a dignified life for his family. However, the sea also has a dangerous and unpredictable side, which symbolizes the uncertainty and the risk of life. Although it gives Kino the pearl, it also brings trouble, greed, violence into his life. Later, Kino's boat, Keno, is destroyed. That shows how his connection to the sea and tradition is broken. So in the end of the pearl, in the end of the novel, the sea becomes a place where Kino throws the pearl away, returning the source of evil back to where it came from. Thus, we can say that the sea in the novel represents both hope and danger, that shows that nature can give life but also take it away. Can also take it away. Question number 3 for 5 marks. Why does Kino throw the pearl into the sea at the end of the novel? Kino throws the pearl into the sea at the end of the novel because he realizes it has brought only troubles instead of happiness. At first, he thought the pearl would help him buy the new clothes, a rifle, and give Koyotito his son an education. But soon, people around him become greedy. Thieves try to steal it. His canoe, his boat is destroyed, his house is burnt. The worst tragedy happens when his son, his young baby, Koetito, is killed by the trackers who are following them for the pearl. So Kino sees that the pearl, instead of helping, has caused pain, violence, and loss. Understanding that it's a source of evil, he throws it back into the sea, accepting that true happiness comes from family and peace, not material wealth. Question number 4 for the 5 marks. How do Kino and Joanna's role, Joanna, Kino's wife, shift as they become fugitives? As Kino and Joanna they run away, they become fugitives. Their role in the family starts to change. At first, Kino is the protector and the decision maker, while Joanna quietly cares for her son Koitito and manages the home. But after Kino kills a man in self-defense, they are forced to escape. Kino becomes more aggressive and determined to keep the pearl, even hurting his wife Joanna when she tries to throw it away. His pearl and obsession show how the pearl has changed him. At the same time, his wife Joanna grows stronger and more responsible. She helps to look after her son Koetito. She hides the tracks, encourages Kino when he feels hopeless. She begins to act as an equal partner, making important decisions for the survival. The changing rules show how the dangers caused by the pearl force them to depend on each other. That highlights Joanna's courage and Kino's growing desperation. Write a note on Joanna. So let me tell you, there'll be important question for like the character sketch of all the characters. So you can watch my video on the summary of the pearl and the question answers of the pearl, and all the videos links you can find in the description box. Don't forget to see. Okay, Joanna. Joanna is a brave, loving, wise woman who plays a very important role in the novel The Pearl. She always protects her family, especially her baby Coetito, as seen when she quickly treats his scorpion sting and insists on going to the doctor. Joanna senses the evil in the pearl from the beginning and repeatedly warns her husband Kino to throw it away to save them from danger. Even when Kino becomes violent and desperate, she remains loyal and supports him during the escape. Her strength, courage, and understanding make her the true guiding force of the family, that shows that she's not just a silent follower but a powerful partner in the struggle for survival. That's a note about Joanna, or character sketch of Joanna. What central message does the author John Steinbeck leave us with through Kino's story in the novel The Pearl? What's the message? The writer John Steinbeck leaves us with a central message that greed and the desire for the material wealth can destroy peace, family, and happiness. Kino finds the pearl hoping it will bring a great future for his family, but instead it brings danger, violence, and loss. The pearl, which once symbolized hope, has become a symbol of greed and evil as people try to steal it, and Kino himself becomes blinded by his dreams. In the end, when Koitito dies and Kino throws the pearl back into the sea, Steinbeck shows that true happiness does not come from riches, but from love, family, and a simple life. So these are the 5 marks questions from the novella. Now we are moving to the 10 marks questions. Here you'll be having a choice out of 3. You need to opt only one question and only one question for 10 marks. There are no 2 marks questions from the novel. Describe Kino's transformation from the beginning to the end of the novel Pearl. At the beginning of the novel, Kino is a quiet, content, loving family man. He lives a simple life as a pearl diver and finds happiness in small things, like Joanna preparing breakfast and Koitito sleeping peacefully. When the scorpion stings King Kino's son Koitito, Kino reacts with love and fear, showing how deeply he cares for his family. Even when the doctor refuses to treat the child, Kino still remains calm and respectful. His dreams are pure. He wants his son to go to school. He wants a better house. Even he hopes the pearl will give them a better future. However, after finding the pearl of the world, Kino slowly changes. The pearl attracts greed, jealousy, and danger, and Kino becomes more violent and desperate to protect it. He attacks an intruder, the tracker, injures Joanna when she tries to throw the pearl away and kills a man while defending it. His boat, Keno, is destroyed. His house is burned. The family becomes fugitives. By the end, Kino is a broken man after his son Koetito is killed by the trackers. So his transformation from a peaceful father to a man filled with fear, anger, and sorrow shows how the pearl destroys everything he values. When he throws the pearl back into the sea, it's a sign that he finally understands the terrible change it brought into his life. That's a transformation in Kino's life. How does John Steinbeck explore the theme of greed in the play in the novel The Pearl? Very important question. John Steinbeck explores the theme of greed in The Pearl by showing how the pearl brings out the worst in people and destroys the simple happiness of Kino's family. When Kino discovers the great pearl, he dreams of a better future for his young baby Koitito, which is a good and innocent hope. But very quickly, others become greedy. The doctor suddenly shows interest in the child after refusing treatment earlier. The pearl buyers try to cheat Kino with false prices. The thieves constantly attack his family to steal the pearl. So these events show how wealth can bring corruption and danger. Steinbeck, the author, also shows how greed grows inside Kino himself. At the first, the pearl represents hope and opportunity, but soon Kino becomes so obsessed with its value that he refuses to listen to his wife Joanna's warnings. He even hurts her when she tries to protect the family by throwing the pearl away. His boat, Keno, is destroyed, his house is burned, and eventually his young baby, Kyoto, is also killed. So, all because Kino cannot let go of the pearl. He didn't throw it. Through these examples, John Steinbeck teaches that greed can blind people, destroy relationships, and turn dreams into terrible tragedy. That's the theme of the greed. Last question for 10 marks. The novel critiques social inequality and colonial power structure described. John Steinbeck uses the pearl to show how social inequality and colonial power affect the lives of poor indigenous people like Kino and his family. From the very beginning, Kino is treated unfairly because he's poor, he belongs to a native community. When Koetito, the young son, the young baby, stung by the scorpion, the doctor refuses to treat him, saying that he's not a doctor for animals, which shows racism, class discrimination. The pearl buyers also work together to cheat Kino with a very false prices. That shows that the economic system is controlled by people who exploit the poor. Kino's people have no real power, have no real voice in society. Their poverty keeps them trapped. The authorities and the institutions in the novel, for example, the doctor, the priest, the merchants, they all represent the colonial system that dominates Kino's community. They only show interest in him after he finds the pearl. That shows only how the powerful people care only about wealth, not about human life. Even when Kino tries to fight back, he's punished, he's hunted. That shows how the system crushes anyone who challenges the system. So, through Kino's suffering, John Steinbeck criticizes a society where the rich control everything and the poor are denied justice, respect, and equal opportunities. I'm a bit fast because the video is very long. Okay. So these were the questions for 30 marks from the novel called Pearl. So let me remind you once again, I have done two important videos, summary of the Pearl, question answer solutions. You can see these videos links in the description box. Now we are dealing with the section B, poems and the stories. You have two poems and the two stories. Then here you will be having 2 marks questions and the 5 marks questions, totally 20 marks. So 2 marks questions out of 6, 7 questions, you need to opt only 5. Question number 1, what is the mother's opinion about dressing in the poem I Want? So Alka's mother wanted her daughter to dress attractively in a blue silk sari with proper accessories to impress the groom's family. How does the narrator describe her feeling during her inspection process in the poem I Want or in the story? During the inspection, Alka feels anxious, self conscious, and powerless, as if she's being judged and has no control over her own life. Why does a young soldier feel bad after war in the poem Disabled? Because he is disabled, he's lonely. He realizes that his youth, his dreams, his chances for love and normal life are lost. So he feels bad after war. Who discovered a small patch of congealed blood on the dead man's head in the story Lab to the Slaughter? That is Sergeant Nunan, the police inspector. Patrick's murder case was inspected by Sergeant Jack Noonan and the other police detectives. Why does the town heave a deep sigh in the poem? Suddenly the air cracks because the fighter jets and guns have stopped firing, bringing a temporary relief from the terror of the attack. People feel momentarily safe, and the pause in violence allows them to breathe again after the intense fear and chaos. Last question for 2 marks. What does ghastly suit of grey portray in the poem? It shows the soldier's lifeless, ghost-like appearance and the gloom and despair of his disabled, hopeless state. Right? Let's go to the 5 marks questions from the 2 poems and the 2 stories. Select only 2 questions out of 4. Question number 1 for 5 marks. What is the significance of the title I Want? The title I Want is significant because it reflects Alka's struggle to express her own desires in a life largely controlled by her parents and societal expectations. Throughout the story, Alka experiences the frustration of being treated as a passive participant in decisions about her marriage. That's a key moment that shows her lack of autonomy. For example, when her parents inform her that the groom's family has agreed to the proposal, she feels excluded. She says, it sounded so simple, but it left out one factor completely, me. What factor? Me. She also recalls how she has been exhibited and inspected by the prospective suitors, emphasizing, 1 minute, just hold it, just a minute, just a moment. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was an important message. She also recalls how she has been exhibited and inspected. Where is it? Oh. Okay, inspected by the prospective suitors, emphasizing that her own. 1 minute. I'm sorry for the disturbance. 1 minute, please. Just relax. Yeah, done. I'm texted. Yeah. She also recalls how she has been exhibited and inspected by the prospective suitors, emphasizing that her own feelings and opinions were ignored. So the title I Want captures her longing, her desire to assert herself, to have a voice in shaping her life, and to claim her individuality within the restrictive social framework that surrounds her. So it shows how Shashi Deshpande's exploration, the author's exploration of a woman's need for self-determination and the tension between personal wants and social pressures. Read my video on the summary of the story I Want. You will easily understand. So, describe the incidents which make the young soldiers to feel lost and old in the poem Disabled. So, in Wilfred Owen's poem Disabled, the young soldier feels lost and prematurely old due to the drastic changes war has brought to his life. He sits alone in a wheelchair, shivering in a ghastly suit of grey, which with no legs, only one arm, only hearing boys playing the park, the energy reminds him of his lost youth. He recalls the lively evenings of the town, the glow lamps, and the beauty of girls, but now he cannot experience love or physical intimacy because now he will never feel again how slim girls' waists are or how warm their subtle hands. He also reflects on joining the army for shallow reasons. Why? To impress his girlfriend, Meg, and show off, only to be severely wounded with blood spurted from his thigh. So these incidents highlight how war has destroyed his body, his dreams, and his social life, leaving him lonely, helpless, and feeling older than his years. Third question, analyze the character of Mary Maloney. So Mary Maloney in the story Lamb to the Slaughter is shown as a loving, devoted wife at first, who cares deeply for her husband Patrick and enjoying her simple domestic life. She's gentle, calm, seemingly harmless, always trying to please her husband, make him comfortable. However, after Patrick suddenly tells her that he wants to leave her, Mary's character changes dramatically. In a moment of shock and anger, she kills him with a frozen leg of lamb that shows surprising strength and decisiveness. She then cleverly covers up the crime by cooking the leg of lamb and creating an alibi, a kind of drama, even tricking the police into eating the murder weapon. She makes the polish to she because she cooks that piece of lamb, the leg of the lamb by which she had killed her husband, and she cooks it, and all the policemen they had nice dinner because now there is no weapon. So this shows that Mary is not only loving and gentle but also intelligent, resourceful, and capable of surprising actions, making her a complex and memorable character. Fourth question, in what way does Okara highlight the vulnerability of civilians during wartime in the poem Suddenly the Air Cracks? So here the poet highlights the vulnerability of civilians during wartime by showing how ordinary people are suddenly exposed to danger and chaos beyond their control. So in the poem, suddenly the air cracks, rockets, guns, fighter jets strike without warning, causing glasses to break, walls and bodies to be hit, and people to dive under beds or cling to gutters for safety. The poem portrays civilians as helpless, terrified, and desperate, with no secure place to hide. That shows the constant fear, confusion, and the powerlessness which war brings into their life. So these were the section B for 20 marks, 2 marks, 5 questions, and 5 marks, 2 questions from the 2 stories and 2 poems. So I have done all the videos, the complete syllabus, all the videos links you can find in the description box. Now we are moving to the last section of the syllabus, the model question paper, section C, 30 marks. So you have here three subsections. So now understand what is exam edge. Exam edge will have the 10 marks, 10 questions in the multiple choice format, absolutely about grammar. So you should watch, if you want to have mastery on the 10 marks, please do watch my video on exam edge. The link is in the description box. You'll get more clarity. Then you have theory questions. 5 marks, 2 questions from job skills, 5 marks, 2 questions from corporate communication. Please do refer to your textbook, which has very precise and very concise notes that I will suggest you. Now, I must say here, okay, now here you have questions from the exam edge. So exam edge here refers to the English for competitive examination, right? English for competitive examination, that when you apply for the government examination or placement test, so there you have to qualify the English examination, and there they will ask you basic grammar questions. So this video will definitely help you to, I'm sorry, this section will help you to understand. This section will help you to, one minute. This section will help you to understand that how the questions will appear. It's a model question paper. Okay. So let's see the very first question here. Identify the error in the given sentence. Look at here. Each student bring his own lunch to school. So what is the error here? The error is here bring. Why? It should be brings, each, every, everyone, someone, somebody, no one, nobody. These all head words brings the simple present tense. Second question, give one word for the substitution, a place where the books are kept, obviously, library. So in the exams, we find here you need to write only the option and the answer. Don't copy the full question. Don't copy the full question, right? Otherwise, you won't get marks here. You'll be wasting your right. You will be wasting your time. So now, one minute. I'm getting some disturbance. Just a minute, please do bear me. Somebody's calling me. I need to. Okay. Third question, choose the right article in the sentence. So, sun rises in the east. So, the correct article is here, the. What does the idiom once in a blue moon mean? Very rarely. So, in the exams, write B, very rarely, full answer. Which is the correct question tag? She is a teacher, obviously, isn't she? And choose the correct spelled word. So you need to find out the correct spelling, the word with the correct spelling, and this is the correct spelling. Then substitute the underlined word sweet than. So mangoes are sweeter than, superlative, comparative degree. Choose a synonym for the word inadvertent. So what is a synonym? Unintentional. So he misjudged. It's a, we can say, prefix. He misjudged. Select the most appropriate form of the phrase. The baby kept on cycling while it was being bathed or bathed. So this is not exactly the questions. Same type of questions will not occur. So there are multiple types of questions. Refer to your textbook and also watch my video on exam edge, where you will get complete idea. This is just a model question paper, remember, but if you focus better, I'm telling you, you'll be getting 10 out of 10. Now, second part, you have here the questions from the topic called job skills. 3 questions will be given, opt only 2, each for 5 marks. So what are the basic requirements of attending an interview? So attending an interview requires some proper preparation and presentation. So I won't read the full answer, like knowledge of the company, self-preparation, professional appearance, punctuality, communication skills, positive attitude. So let me tell you one simple funda here. You're all management students. If you use some common sense, you can easily write these questions answers in your own words. There is no specific answer for such questions. Write a short note on mock interview. So obviously a mock interview is a practice interview which is conducted to prepare candidates for the real interview. It stimulates the actual interview environment, individuals to improve their answers, body language, and confidence. The simple question they ask, tell me about yourself, what are your strengths and weakness. So you can easily prepare the answers like this. So better, I'll suggest you write your own words. You'll be getting best marks. Third question, explain the objectives of GD. So what is GD? Group discussion. It's a method where a group of people discuss a topic to share the ideas and reach the conclusions. So what are the objectives? It assesses communication skills, encourages teamwork, develop critical thinking, show leadership qualities, decision-making skills. These are all self-coined answers. You can easily answer the questions. So out of these three questions, opt only to get 10 marks. Now, the last section of your question paper, corporate communication. Again, theory questions with reference to your textbook. What is negotiation and the different approaches of negotiation, right? Negotiation means to say it's a process in which two or more parties they discuss on an issue and mutually they come to an agreement. So approaches distributive, win-loss, win-win, competitive, collaborative, compromising. Second question you have here, analyze the stages of negotiation: preparation, opening, discussion, bargaining, closing, follow-up. So reference to your textbook, right? And the last question of your question paper, what are the strategies used to overcome the barriers? So of barriers of negotiation. So barriers like misunderstanding, emotional tension, lack of trust. So how to overcome? Effective communication, building trust, managing emotions, problem solving approach, flexibility. So like this, three questions from the corporate communication, refer to your textbook or use your own common sense to answer such questions. So friends, this is how I've tried my best to solve the model question paper of third semester BBA General English SEP syllabus from the year 2025 under Bangalore University. Again, I'm repeating Bangalore University only. So refer to your textbook for more detail. I hope you like this video. Comment कुछ तो लिखो यार उसमें अच्छा लगा बुरा लगा, any suggestions, right? And subscribe the channel if you have not yet done it. And one more thing, don't forget, look into the description box. You'll get all the videos links. Click on the playlist. Be smart enough. Don't wait for the message. So thank you so much. Stay tuned only with Mukesh English.